Hello everybody and welcome back to the Osu Catch World Cup 2020. This weekend, semifinals, big matches coming up, Mexico and Taiwan. I am Quijibo and I am joined here by Snow Leopard. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Good. It's like 3 p.m. here, so like best time to commentate a match right now.
Yeah, it's actually not that bad of a time for me either. It's just about midnight, and I normally am up fairly late, so
Yeah.
Get to finish out the day with an exciting match. Not too bad.
I think a lot of us tend to lean towards that time. Mexico and Taiwan, both pretty good teams with fairly strong players in their lineup. We've got CX Lucha, Astria, Firu, Casio, Ponchiwi, and Daxarods for Mexico. So a lot of strong players and a lot of veterans. A few have done fairly well in this year's World Cup in comparison to prior ones. Definitely showing quite a bit of an improvement on their side.
Yeah, and over on Taiwan we have Eternity Moon, Megpoid, Bipu, Nikaido, Shinku, Tsunami, and My Angel Ayachi. Also definitely a very good team. I think this is going to be quite an exciting match. And this one is for all their marbles, because this is a loser's bracket match, I believe. So whoever loses here is done.
Losers bracket match. So the winner will go on to face the winner of Canada and Chile, which is going to be coming up later on today, the last match of today, at 2200, so it'll be like 8 a.m. tomorrow for me. Interesting to see the outcome of this match. I think things are going to be kind of between close and midway in terms of score, I think. I would maybe give Taiwan the advantage in this case.
Okay, interesting. I was going to say I would maybe give Mexico, just because I've seen their performance this year, at least so far, has been pretty good. But yeah, like you said, I think either way, it's going to be a pretty close one.
Mexico did win their first match, I believe, in the round of 16, but Taiwan coming out strong last week with a 6-1 performance against Poland.
Yeah, definitely both teams have shown up in various matches so far. Let's see how this one works out for us.
Serious warm-up for Taiwan this week as well, which makes a fair bit of sense. Things are only going to keep ramping up, and I do believe there will be a couple of podium spots at stake this week. So,
yeah, definitely. I've noticed that that the warm-ups have been getting more serious the further in we get, which, like you said, makes sense.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, time to bring out the A game. Everyone, the best of your skills in tournaments.
Yeah, I don't see anyone playing dodge the beat or anything like that. Looks like everyone is trying their best here to get nice and warmed up for this match. So that hopefully should mean it'll be a nice and spicy match.
Yeah, star rating is at 8.6 for this 2-minute map. You can see a fair few players having like the odd difficulty with a couple of buttons. I guess there are a couple of erratic movements thrown in there, and you can kind of see it with where the players are missing.
Yeah, a lot of pretty hard to hit snaps there. And everyone dropping combo pretty frequently. I think I saw one person get close to 200 for a little bit and then dropped it again. So definitely a nice, good challenge to get those fingers warm.
Get a Fiery Rage one. I mean, Fiery Rage wants to come up some CTV maps. I'd be interested.
Yeah, I'd give it a try. He's spicy.
It's always kind of curious to see mappers try like different modes and how their styles change across the board. Like, I do believe I saw Pishy Fat make a CTB map once, and that was pretty decent. Like, it was fairly standard, but like it. Guess you could say it understood the concept of map. What makes a CTB map, like, I guess, rankable.
Yeah, that makes sense. And if you think about it, if you're a good mapper in one mode, especially like standard, there's a strong chance that you can figure it out for the other modes, especially catch the beat. A lot of those skills do kind of transfer. Obviously, there is a lot of catch specific stuff, but yeah, interesting to see people try new things.
Yeah. I haven't heard much about or from Pishy Fat in quite a while, actually. I wonder what happened there. Maybe just doing other ventures in life.
Yeah, you do have to take a break every now and then, but no break for the two teams today that are playing. We got a Camellia map coming in for the second warm-up. That one's sure to be pretty exciting.
This is from last year's World Cup map pool. Diva Rao. It was in the... I think it might have been quarterfinals or semis, and it had... The converts was this and Kodama.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, I'm not super familiar with this song, which I normally find surprising with Camellia songs, because I feel like I know so many of them.
I do believe it's unranked.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah,
I really need to play a lot more unranked. Although, yeah, with the star rating of 6.5, AR 9.6, it's going to be classic Camellia feel.
This one, sizable buff with the rework. I do believe it was at like 5.4 stars before the rework or something. Maybe a bit higher or lower, but yeah, 6.5 stars are definitely buffed.
Yeah, that makes sense. So this one was a convert as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense seeing that buff.
Pretty kind of interesting to see it ranked, you know, get some good 500-600 PP scores.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty good for it, especially since, like you're saying, there is a lot of nerfs and buffs from that star rating change, so it'd be cool to have a couple 6-star converts in there.
Oh, definitely. Quite a lot of the 6-star converts actually got nerfed. Oh, 6, 7 and higher.
Oh, interesting. For the most part, most of the converts I've seen have got buffed, but yeah, I guess...
Definitely.
I normally don't play the converts quite that high. I normally try to keep that one up to like 5 at most, so that's probably why I haven't ran into those yet.
Fair enough. I actually had one appear in my top 100 plays in FC I did like last year or something, because it got buffed by like almost 1.5 stars.
Oh wow.
What's the score? Currently 0-0. We are in warm-ups at the moment.
Yeah, these are just warm-ups.
We are very close to getting into the meat of it.
Yeah, it's going to be about a minute left on this warm-up, and then we'll be getting into rolls, bans, and our first pick for the match.
Convert looks brutal. Convert, I'd say, is a bit tricky, but like when you get like a good amount of time to practice it, it does become easier.
Yeah, it's a slightly different skill set, has a bit of a different feel to it, because there's a lot of not typical patterns, but I feel like if you give it some practice, it's not too bad to play converts. I like them a lot, actually. There's a lot of players that are huge fans of converts. Just kind of have to be used to them.
Especially when it comes to genres, a lot of converts, you can kind of see the genre appear in the way the converters maps and converted. So like electronic maps, if you play a lot of electronic maps or maps with pixel jumps, you won't have too much of a problem with playing this and passing it fairly well. A lot of players opting for hard rock there.
Yeah, actually, we did have a pretty good spread of those mods there. And with that second warm-up, that's going to get us into the rolls. So everybody get your roll predictions in chat. Let's see if anyone can guess it right.
Someone's gonna roll a number that is like pretty much like a number that you could roll, so
Well, you're not wrong. Hopefully.
I'm thinking like at least 1, at most 99.
You know, those are some pretty good odds. I'm gonna go with 3762. See what we can get here.
Yeah.
You're still waiting on the captains to roll, I believe. There we go. Yeah, Bipu asking if it is roll time. It indeed should be roll time.
Converts get a lot of random unpredictable patterns. Yeah, a lot of them do. There are a lot of bizarre patterns, but when you play enough bizarre patterns, like, a lot of them, while they still kind of look different to each other, you still kind of understand the general way to try and hit one.
Yeah, I would say at least how I see converts is if you're trying to play them to just full combo and get rank out of it, you probably won't have as good of a time. But if you just play it because you enjoy the song or you like the challenge or just in general you just want to have fun, I think you can have a pretty good time with converts. You will sometimes run into those weird patterns where it's going to be really easy to drop a note and ruin a combo, so I think a lot of people don't typically play them for the PP, but it depends on your playstyle. So it looks like Mexico lost the roll, so they're going to be banning first, picking second.
Talent Shredder, the spectator map from difficulty 2012. I've never seen this one before. I've got like 2 different versions of Talent Shredder, which isn't many, but like one's like a loved map with like hardly any of the top difficulty actually completed. I think like half the map is just break time. And then of course the Valor 108 map set. It's by Lestio.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like we're going to get
one of the
DT2.
other, and they both had gifts in it.
Yeah, it looks like DT2 is going to be the second ban coming out for Taiwan, and they're going to get their pick now as well.
Satsubo no Fuchi. I think Zetsubo like roughly translates to despair or something.
I'll have to take your word on it. I have no clue, but that would make sense.
Yeah.
I think we do have quite a bit of interesting maps in this pool, so kind of excited to see what's going to come out first. I definitely do hope we get to the tiebreaker, because I actually play tested this tiebreaker map when it was still being worked on for a bit, and it's pretty exciting. I think it'll be a good one. So
Looks like we're gonna start.
Yeah, double time 3. Interesting, since they just banned double time 2. Normally, I would assume that would mean they don't want to pick double time, but it looks like, yeah, they're going to ban double time 2, pick double time 3.
Sans.
A interesting choice for Taiwan.
Yeah, the convert double time pick. So like, I can understand banning double time 2, because it would be an AR9 DT pick, and with fairly standard patterns, a lot of people trying to learn DT can pick up a map like that fairly easy. It might be risky to kind of pick something that is probably the safer pick of the DT pool.
Yeah. I guess what I'm most interested to know now is if they're going to go with double time 1 later on, or if they just wanted to play this map. Still not entirely clear if they just didn't like DT2 or if they're trying to shy away from most of DT. I think we might see double time 1 on the table as well. Just because, yeah, I don't know, it's really strange. I think this is the first time, at least, that I've seen someone ban and then pick from the same pool straight away, right off the bat like that. So,
I do believe I've seen like something similar happen previously. I don't know if it's happened during CWC call, but this sort of like strategy has been employed in the past. Early miss.
Yeah, I have seen some strange picks so far, but I don't think quite this strategy. But yeah, looks like Beefu's gonna be finding a drop. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna give advantage to Mexico. Might make sense that they well, I mean, Canada's gonna drop as well. Strategy not paying off in the early game, as we've had a bunch of trades and CX Lucha is the only one holding a full combo right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say hopefully Taiwan's plan would pay off, but so far, yeah, they seem to be struggling pretty bad with this. Had quite a few misses. Luckily, Daxeros and Panchiwi also found some misses, but Lucha holding on very strong for Mexico right now.
Yeah, Tsunami and Bipu dropping pretty hard there. Looking really good on this, and the only one opting for hidden double time. Looks like it's paying off for him right now.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing how badly Taiwan's actually struggling with this map, I'm really confused now why they picked this. And I believe they explicitly said DT3, so they didn't just pick the song title and then go, whoops, that was double time. Maybe they were just hoping that Mexico would also be having a rough time with it. But yeah, Lucha coming in strong.
Very shaky to try and pull. It's kind of banking that your opponent might not be good at a map. Only really works if you're incredibly strong on that map. And well, they didn't have a terrible performance. I'd say that probably wasn't the best thing that Taiwan could have picked.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe it's possible they're just not quite warmed up all the way, and that was just a bad run, and that when they were doing practicing earlier this week, they had a lot of good runs with it and thought it would go well. But yeah, I mean, definitely very easy to happen. Playing in a tournament, different than playing anything else. You'll miss things you never would believe you would have missed. But yeah, so it might just be an unlucky start. That is going to be a break point for Mexico, and they are going to get their pick now. So we'll have to see what they go with.
Mexico taking the break point to start.
And yes, Lucha did really just hidden, and he killed it too. He had a single miss. I believe it was right at the end.
Looks like we are going with the other free mod pick, Lukash WTF. RIP DT. we see fellow commentator JBH back. This rain guest difficulty on this map, T1.
Yeah, so like you said, Mexico picking double time 1. That is going to clear out the whole DT pool. Not a bad choice, honestly, for Mexico, seeing as Taiwan banned double time and then just lost on double time. Might as well go double time.
And if you're Taiwan, like, even if you lose on this, at least there's kind of that one mod pick that isn't going to come back to hurt you later on. Although sometimes a lot of pain in the early round can really cost you in the later rounds as well.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. Yeah, Taiwan would definitely like to get a point here since they gave up a break point right at the beginning. But at the same time, like you said, if they do lose on this map as well, double time's gone, so they don't have to worry about it anymore. So
And the
that
triple
kind of
miss
was a bit of a relief.
from them 15 seconds ago, and Nikaido and Angel Ayachi missing again, twice, both respectively. Tsunami holding it together at the moment. Ponchiwi did miss earlier as well, but 2 SSs from the Mexico side, and Daxaros has opted for hidden double time as well. Maybe trying to opt for that, you know, extra 2 or 3, 0.2 or 3 milliseconds of speedy response.
Yeah, he did find one miss there. Lucha's still holding SS, but yeah, so just a single miss for Daxaros, an SS for Lucha. Very strong, although I cursed him, he just found his first miss as well. But overall, still a very big lead for Mexico right now.
Yeah, definitely. Mexico incredibly strong on double time. Instance. But yeah, I actually have heard that helping the performance of players sometimes. Like, sometimes their PCs will kind of run certain beat maps a bit better if they tack on hidden.
Okay.
Or they'll run mods a bit better. So you'll get like an extra millisecond or 2 of response time. I think it only happens for like really old computers or computers with like low performance.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Less
noteworthy.
stuff you gotta render on the screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mexico gonna take that point with a pretty big lead there, about 500,000.
Very convincing.
Maybe
Xeros,
that'll,
the 1 miss, Ponchiwi and CX Lucha with the 2 miss.
So yeah, with Mexico looking so strong on double time, maybe that was actually the strategy for Taiwan. They banned it, picked it, knew Mexico would pick it back, and they're just like, we would just get rid of it. Take the early losses, and then don't have to worry about it for the rest of the match. Could have been the strategy all along. So we'll have to see what Taiwan goes for now.
I think they're gonna go hidden. Honestly, like, they do have decent skill set within hidden, and I think they might have the advantage for hidden right now. So I would not be surprised if we see Lotus getting picked right now.
Yeah, and it's good to note that Mexico also banned hidden. So you can definitely say that. Yeah.
Mexico's pick showing up there, almost. For the Shattered Time.
It's gonna be Nomad 3.
Fluoride map. It is 5.4 stars, but AR 8.8, so I'd be interested to see what the pre-nerf star rating was, but 5.4, cool that is now actually.
Yeah, AR 8.8. It's going to be interestingly slow for a Nomad. Normally Nomad we see a bit higher the AR.
Someone made a mistake and put Nomad 4 on.
Okay, yeah. So now we actually have Nomad 3.
Something was up. It's actually... little bit confused, like mixing up slightly. Yeah, Io Chikaishi Hime Kazari Ayalis.
So yeah, this looks a lot more like a typical Nomad map that you'd see get picked. 6.1 star, AR 9.7. So it's gonna be fast and furious and 4 minutes long actually. So
in this case, I'd say it's probably the safe pick out of this Nomad pool this week. I've played it a couple of times. Don't remember it too well, but I would say it's still somewhat safe to pick.
yeah, the 4 minutes gives you a lot of time to, if you make a mistake, you can definitely come back from it. It's not going to be a game ender, and it is a specific map, so hopefully that'll keep them from missing on any kind of weird convert patterns. So yeah, I think it makes sense as a nice safe pick. Taiwan is going to be hoping for their first point here so they can get the ball rolling for them. Currently 2-0. Definitely not the end of the world, but they definitely do need to get some points going before Mexico gets too far ahead of them.
Definitely. I think they can definitely pull a point on this. So, looks like Astria is going to come in place of Daxaros to play this. And Bipu will be coming in place of My Angel Ayachi, and we will get started.
So yeah, a little bit of roster swapping there, and looks like we're good to go.
Yeah.
Taiwan starting with a 500k lead. Slow climb bug there, just all fixed up, and we are
the handicap beginning.
Yeah. So we've seen early miss from Panchiwi. Taiwan did find a trade
as well, so Taiwan will keep the advantage. And Ponchiwi missing a lot early on. He's actually dropped down to 0 health.
Yeah.
So he has failed.
Yeah, it is a 4-minute song, so he'll probably make it back up there by the end of it. But yeah, definitely a bit of a struggle early on for Mexico.
Two FCs on the side of Taiwan, one FC on the side of Mexico. And everyone's recovered the 200 combo, but there is a 50k lead in favor of Taiwan right now.
Yeah, it looks like that climb bug was a little prophetic, as Taiwan indeed now does have a 50k lead, but for real this time.
Yeah. Chewy's early heavy missing going to mean that Taiwan can just comfortably go through this chorus.
Yeah, looks like everyone's kind of locked in now and into the rhythm of the song. Not a lot of misses, or really no misses coming out right now. About to see if it gets back into a faster section. There's going to be some misses coming out. Those were some tight jumps there, but everyone navigated it just fine. Although Lucha is going to find a couple misses.
Tsunami's going to trade with him, so advantage will remain the same. At least for now, anyway. If we see a double miss, then things might be very different.
Yeah, as long as Mexico trades any drops that Taiwan finds, they're going to have a pretty comfortable win here. But like you said, if we see a double or even a triple drop, that's going to definitely has the potential to turn things around for Mexico.
Run above 200 combo once again, but Mexico really needs to see another one of those FCs drop.
Yeah, Australia gonna find a drop. Definitely the opposite of what Mexico needed.
Ooh. Not good for Mexico at all. Taiwan definitely gonna take the advantage, and they really need a slip up from Taiwan right now. as the lead is nearly at 100k. I think it's about 80,000 right now.
Yeah, just about there. And we do have almost a quarter of the song, a little bit over a quarter of the song left, so there should still be time for Mexico, but if they want to make a comeback, Taiwan's going to need to start slipping up, and they're going to need to start doing it very soon.
Oh, yeah.
Nice long break there, so everyone's going to see the scores.
It'd be really good for Taiwan to take the point on their pick right here.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they're poised to do it. They just got to make it through to the end, and it is approaching rather rapidly at this point.
Oh, CX Lucha drops hard and actually dropped down nearly all the way. I don't know if he failed though. I didn't see it touch the bottom.
So yeah, and with that, we're pretty much into the end of the song here. So barring one of the members actually failing and not being able to recover, the point is looking pretty strong for Taiwan right now.
Everyone's dropped towards the end. Everyone's slipping up a bit, but no fails. And Taiwan will take it by about 90,000 points, 95,000 points.
So yeah, very clean point for Taiwan there. Nice, strong response to some of the earlier points they gave up to Mexico. And it puts them pretty much right back on track. They are going to need to make at least one break point to make up for the one they lost on the first pick. But they're, looking pretty good now. Looks like they figured out a new strategy that's working better for them.
Yeah. Mexico's pick, so now that they don't have DT, I think they might try Hard Rock, or they might just, I don't know, they might try and go for one of those more tricky no mods, maybe go a convert.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they go for. It's not super often that you see this early into a match, the entire map pool that they're going for being gone. Or I guess the mod pool, I should say. But
that is just early game though. The points on one out of the way earlier, and you know that also helps from like flicking between approach rates as well. Like you still do have the hard rock pool that you can go into, and then like pick a hidden afterwards. But other than that, like you know.
Yeah, that is true. That is one thing you have to consider when you're playing in a tournament setting. You don't want to, or most of the time, you don't want to be jumping between like no mod and double time back and forth, because that rapid change in both the AR and your catcher speed itself can definitely throw you off if you're not prepared for it.
Yeah. But at the same time, you want to watch doing that against veteran tournament players, because like it is a common enough strategy for like people to point it out every time they see it. So like there are definitely players who have easily adapted to those sorts of changes, and they'll practice by doing those sorts of changes as well.
Yeah, that is true. If you can get that practice down, that's a really easy way to throw off your opponent who isn't ready for a switch like that.
Yeah, there's always that potential to shoot yourself in the foot with doing that. So it looks like we are going for Hard Rock. Which Hard Rock it was, but it does appear to be the Convert Hard Rock pick.
Yeah, so it does look like they did go with Hard Rock, like you were saying. This one's going to be about a minute and a half long, so a pretty short one.
Half the field opting to go for Hidden Hard Rock.
It's always an interesting choice with Hard Rock. Some people like it, I think, just for the approach rate. Definitely never an awful idea to throw on Hidden for really high approach rate if you're used to it. But hard rock that does give you the possibility of accidentally dropping some notes that are getting pretty small at this point.
Yeah. Some of these movements, with the spacing, it's so easy to misjudge a lot of it. Nami, both fairly close. Nami was going to drop as I started that sentence, and Ponchiwi doing very well for the team, as he does have an incredibly strong combo. So does Daxaros. I thought I saw an early miss, but apparently not, as he's still SSing. I might have just, I don't know, thought that I saw something, but didn't.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if Lucha had an early miss. I don't believe so. If he did, it was within like the first few notes. Yeah, Punchiwi gonna drop that.
Daxaros is gonna miss, along with CX Lucha. And My Angel Ayachi and Nikaido Shinku both have high combos, but the score gap is huge at the moment, so they're gonna need more misses, and Tsunami not being at 200 is also quite costly. I don't think the score's gonna come back in time, as they were at a 200k lead on the Mexico side, and that's it. Mexico's point.
Yeah, so like you're saying, there was a triple drop there from Mexico, which normally you would think that would be devastating, but with such a short song and such a huge lead, it really didn't matter. We did see the score difference dropping a bit, but yeah, by the time it even got remotely near it, the song was already over. So it's going to be 3-1 in Mexico's favor. We're going to see Taiwan's pick now, so they'll have a chance to bring that to 3-2.
I think they're going to stay no mod, or they're going to go hidden. No, that's kind of an obvious sounding pick, considering like how one-sided this hard rock pick was. Or I wouldn't even say it was that one-sided. Like, Taiwan didn't miss that many more. It's just the spacing of their misses made the scores look pretty one-sided.
Yeah, that is the just kind of unfortunate reality of the scoring system, where you can both like one miss something and one person's score will be drastically different just depending on when it was. So yeah, like you're saying, they didn't really do all that bad on hard rock, but especially when you combine that with how well they did on their no mod, I definitely am expecting to see a no mod pick, but could still see something like hidden. That pool is still wide open right now.
And we're gonna see no mod 1. Read that as DVD.
I think, isn't Pup a newly featured artist?
Sure.
I think it is, if I remember right. I might be wrong. And someone in chat fact check me there. I think Pup recently became a featured artist.
Let's see. New featured artists, I think Scientist, Blankfield. Go back, maybe, but I don't know.
Maybe not.
Rohi. Yeah, it actually was 29th of April. New featured artist, Pup.
Hey, there we go. I was gonna say,
yeah, you were right. It was fairly recent.
I only know because I think it's Osu's status on Twitter that normally posts the hints for what the next featured artists are going to be. I remember there was one that had hints about dogs. I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's Pup, it's Pup."
Fair enough.
So there we go. Yeah, featured artist on Nomad 1. It's mapped by Gemzu. Definitely a well-known mapper. I believe he's a BN as well. Doesn't look like there's going to be any roster switch-ups for this one. We should be hopping in just a second.
And saying he can't play the map well, he might just be trying to throw people off, but it does have a couple of weird patterns in there, and the circle size is a lot higher than usual, or lower. circles are bigger, but circle size is lower. So
Yeah.
CS3
Paradoxical stat there.
it really is.
Oh, there we go. Looks like we got everyone synced up and we're in it.
Yeah.
Just the first 100 combo looks like almost everybody's SSing. A little bit of droplet
What
miss.
should we gonna? Half under dash, half over maybe. Not clipping that dash properly and missing pretty hard because of it.
Yeah, not the greatest of times to miss, but it is at the beginning of the map, so it's also not super punishing. They are going to need to see a drop from Taiwan if they want to get that score lead going back their way.
2 minutes 18 seconds the beat map, so a little bit longer than TV size, but high density. So even though it's short, there's at least plenty of combo potential. And Daxerol's missing as well. Definitely not good as CX Lucha is doing everything he can to carry, but against 3 FCs it's kind of hard.
Yeah, and Panchiwi finding another miss
Especially
there. Definitely not helping anything for Mexico. Pretty big lead going Taiwan's way at this point. Got a little less than half of the song left. So there still is time, but not much. Although we are going to see a drop from Taiwan finally. A couple drops there, actually.
The Kaido's Chinku.
Bipu also funny.
Army carrying though.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Mexico, they also traded a lot of those drops, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. But Taiwan
hit the triple miss, so
yeah, Taiwan finally showing some cracks, but unfortunately Mexico showing them as well.
Yeah. But Army doing a lot to hold on here. FC incredibly important right now. This will definitely just seal the deal for Taiwan. I don't see them losing the point here unless one of them fails the end.
Yeah.
Oh, Ponchiwi dropped at the end, but it's too late.
Finesse S at a Tsunami. Really gonna just seal the deal.
But a 110k score difference.
So yeah, another pretty clean point for Taiwan. So they definitely seem to be back on track. This is gonna be Mexico's pick now, but yeah, no more break points so far. Bipu definitely was throwing us off earlier, saying that they couldn't play this song, seeing as they only had 2 misses and about like 80% of a full combo. So not bad at all.
Yeah, definitely leading them on a bit.
It's all about the mind games.
But back to Hard Rock. So Mexico actually cannot get to tiebreaker with just points on a mod pick, as it is first to 7 and one of the mods was banned. Obviously excluding Hidden, but we're talking about high AR mods at the moment, I suppose I should clarify. Yeah, Mexico will only get to 5 points if they win this and then the next Hard Rock pick, so they're gonna have to take either a Hidden or a no mod point.
Yeah, we'll have to see if their luck runs out with all these points when they have to switch over to no mod or Hidden, but so far they are going to get another Hard Rock pick in, so they're probably going to be hoping to get a point here, and that'll put them past the halfway mark for winning the match. Well, Taiwan not too far behind. The lead is still pretty small. Pretty close game. Looks like we are going to get one roster swap for Taiwan, I believe. I think My Angel Aichi is going to be coming in. Same roster for Mexico.
Magma making his return. Not playing yet. He will be playing soon, but his map appearing in here. And definitely see when Korea plays, we'll definitely see this come out of Korea.
Yeah, should be a pretty sure pick.
Yeah.
Gotta represent your boys when you're out here on the world stage.
So early misses for Taiwan with Tsunami and My Angel Ayachi both missing in the same spot. Double miss for Taiwan again. CX Lucha is the only one from Mexico that's going to miss, so Mexico banking strong off that still.
Yeah, that miss from CX Lucha is going to help Taiwan a little bit, not lose quite as much points as they would have, but definitely not enough when Daxbrios and Panchi were holding on so strong. And there's going to be another miss for Taiwan, so they're not in a great spot so far.
Not a bad looking hard rock pick either. Like, it's still going to be like, you know, kind of challenging because it is semis, but at the same time, I'd say this is almost kind of safe for a hard rock pick.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything too crazy so far. And Taiwan also, even though they're behind, they're not struggling too bad. They've just had a couple small misses here and there.
Mexico, CX Lucha is going to miss, and if Taiwan can hold it together, maybe they can bank a little bit of points off this. Maybe they can catch up a tiny bit.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be enough to... Yeah, I don't think it'll be enough to put it all the way in their favor, but they should be catching up a bit. Although Tsunami is going to find a drop. That's going to stop that.
Just as they were starting to look like there was a bit of an advantage there, My Angel Ayachi going to drop. So, like, this is, like, critical moment now. They need Mexico to drop hard, and CX Lucha fails.
My Angel Ayachi was really close there. I don't think they quite failed, but it was like 10% health.
That's very unfortunate. If Taiwan had have held through that, there might have been like some chance to bring it back just a tiny bit, but at the same time, you know, just one fail from Mexico's side they can get away with as long as they recover at the end. And there's the triple miss, but Taiwan have traded it, so it's a 6 miss.
Yeah, at this point, Taiwan's going to be just hoping that someone from Mexico fails. That'll.
It looks like everyone's going to pass the end. Mexico with about a 160,000 point lead.
Yeah, definitely very clean victory there for Mexico. It's going to put them to 4-2, although it is Taiwan's pick, so Taiwan's still only a single point behind if they can get this next pick and get a point out of it.
Yeah. Your map. Be endorsing it.
This looks like Bipu's going to be coming back in for Taiwan.
This is the losers bracket match as well, so incredibly important for both teams to try and come out on top here.
Yeah, whichever team does not get the win here today is going to be done for this year at Catch World Cup, so this one's for all the marbles. We are going to see Nomad 2. Taiwan keeping the Nomad train rolling. Hopefully going to get another point out of it. Yeah, I see a couple of people pointing out another good Leaf song. Definitely agree. And when it's matched by Deef, kind of can't go wrong. Leaf by Deef. It's a match made in heaven.
It is a pretty decent map. Deef mapping Diff's mapping style is fairly individual as well. And he does make a lot of nice stuff. I think my favorite Diff map, I don't know whether people will agree with me on this, but my favorite is Force of Ra.
It's a classic. I've had a lot of good experience on playing that map. Or that set, I should say.
No, I just like the song and think it's fun. Plus, it was the first ever point I took in a tournament.
Oh, there you go, yeah. Definitely a memorable pick then. Yeah, I believe I've also played that, one of the difficulties in a tournament as well. It's a fairly good pick for that sort of a thing. Honestly,
Always strange,
yeah.
but good.
Yeah, honestly, that might have been where I first downloaded the map. Trying to remember. I think that probably was. I probably did get it from a map pool from a tournament I was playing in, and definitely played it a lot since then, though, because it's just always a fun one to go back to. Seen some cheers in chat from Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico fans definitely pretty happy with how the score's looking right now. We'll have to see how this next pick goes.
If you haven't checked them out, definitely check out Banners. Especially, you know, if you if you want to support a team and you haven't gotten around to it yet, now is definitely a good stage to show your support, as each team is going to be bringing out their absolute hardest performances.
Absolutely, yeah. You want to be able to...
Really struggling here.
Yeah, not what they wanted to see on their own pick, although we have seen a bit of miss from Mexico as well, so the score difference isn't too bad yet.
Xeros and Casho holding on very well, and this is what they want. They want to pull a point on no mod.
Casho gonna find a miss though, and Australia as well.
Something that can get them to that matchbreaker point on top of Hard Rock. And with Bipu's miss, he is going to trade a bit with them, but Nikaido and Tsunami have brought the points advantage back to Taiwan with their strong combos, and Tsunami just under dashes one of the little stream gaps there.
Yeah, there is a trade miss from Mexico, so it's not the end of the story for Taiwan just yet, although it looks like Mexico is going to take that point back. Oh, maybe not. Back to Taiwan. It scores bouncing back and forth. It's very difficult question. I believe he might be.
Not FDing, but there are a lot of droplet misses on his side, but there's a huge combo, and he just helped Mexico secure that 5th point. And he did FC. Quite a few droplet misses. I'm not actually sure how many droplet misses he had, because, you know, well, I can't actually see anything that would tell me. I just know that he caught 182 droplets.
Yeah. Yeah, with an accuracy of 99.49, there's definitely quite a few misses there, or droplet misses, but no misses of the important fruit that give you the combo. So definitely helped a lot getting his team the point there. It was a pretty close score. I want to say it was like in the small tens of thousands difference there at the end. Score is definitely bouncing back and forth quite a bit, and that is the breakpoint Mexico was hoping for. They're now 5-2, and it's their pick. So, getting really close to match point.
Yeah, and I'm expecting to see Hidden come out of Taiwan for their next pick. Like, it's gonna be like very critical time, and if Mexico take this, Taiwan is really backs against the wall.
Yeah, I believe this should be the last Hard Rock pick available. Yeah, so Mexico gonna get that one out of the way.
It's going incredibly strong at the moment. Taiwan haven't been able to take a breakpoint from them yet. And with Mexico taking 2 break points from Taiwan, this is very favorable for them.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a pretty safe pick for Mexico right now. They're hoping to bring it all the way to match point. Taiwan hoping to get their first break point so they can get things going back their direction. So at this point, they are at quite a bit of a point deficit. Looks like we have the same roster lineup in the previous map.
I think I've seen Bipu play Hard Rock yet.
Yeah, I think that's been swapped out for My Angel most of the matches, or most of the maps. Yeah, maybe Bipu is the switch up they needed to get a Hard Rock point going.
This is not looking too hard yet. This might be the safest Hard Rock pick yet. As it is quite short and the patterns, they're not really all that tricky. It's not at the moment. Tsunami is going to find a miss there. We want Mexico one at the moment to sort of bring back Ponchiwi's earlier miss. And triple miss on Mexico's side. Nikaido only missing for Taiwan. Bipu keeping the SF intact. Tsunami recovered his combo as well. Advantage in Taiwan.
Yeah, definitely big advantage going to Taiwan there with that triple miss from Mexico. It's kind of like a worst case scenario for this part of the map for them. Bipu really looking strong. Still with even more than just the FC. He has the double S so far, so definitely looks like that's what Taiwan needed for the Hard Rock picks.
Oh, definitely. Tsunami did drop there, but it looks like he just traded Daxaros, so... His miss earlier on, Nikaido and Bipu holding combo basically means this is all but Taiwan's point right now.
A lot of fun animal noises from the map.
BS Power, really fun song. For playing a convert version of this in the QQ Stars first tournament, it was Dodge the beat, and there was like this one section that was like pretty much like almost impossible to actually dodge.
A map's good when it's impossible to miss.
And Taiwan taking their first break point here and recovering the point from which Mexico took last pick on BS Power.
Yeah, Bipu, he did get one miss like right at the end there, but he almost had an SS for the most part. I think he dropped like 1 or 2 droplets and had a single miss right at the end. But yeah, extremely strong performance for Bipu there. Kind of interesting to see how those matches would have went a bit differently if they had Bipu in for the earlier Hard Rock picks. I don't know if it's just this map in particular he's well practiced on, or perhaps that's what they should have been going for with the earlier Hard Rock picks. But nonetheless, it is their pick now. Expecting probably another Nomad. It's been going pretty well for him so far.
Yeah. We'll see him though.
Hanging out waiting for Taiwan's pick. Not surprising that they want to take a second and really think it through. This is getting towards the end of the match. At least if Mexico makes another point, that is.
Yeah, it is in the later half, you could say.
So they're going to go with Nomad 5. It's going to be I Love You by So.
I'm surprised that I haven't seen hidden pick yet. Maybe they're trying to bait Mexico into picking it by leaving it for this long.
Yeah, it's definitely really weird to not see any hidden picks. We did see the one ban from Mexico, so would make you assume Mexico doesn't want to play hidden, but yeah. Very interesting. It's been left open. Could be the master plan.
Maybe. First of the 2 convert no mod picks. I mean, maybe neither team really wants to play hidden, so it's kind of just working out for both of them at the moment.
Yeah, it is always possible as well. So yeah, this map, as far as converts go, I think it's pretty fast-paced. It is 200 BPM. It's only AR 9.4 for this difficulty, but I think it's just going to be a lot of heavy streams and some jumps. Nothing too crazy as far as converts go. I actually end up playing this map set a lot as convert for many different modes. Kind of just works out. One of those maps where just the way it's mapped, it happens to work out for pretty much every mode. Can't dare utter the idea of playing a Mania convert, or the whole Mania community will come from my head, but...
Did I just hear the C word?
I mean, I don't understand the context of this, so this is between you guys.
Just saying, if one was to want to play Mania and ran out of every other Mania map, this may be one that you want to go for. Just saying. It's alright, the Mania community is already not a huge fan of me anyway. I always like to bring up weird maps.
Cool, confused man. Not very good at Mania, so I don't really play it.
Looks like actually, it looks like this map was in the Taiko World Cup as well. So my earlier statement about it being just a good convert map in general looks like it's working out for me. We're going to see My Angel Ayachi coming back in, and Megpoid. I believe that's the first appearance in this match, at least for Megpoid for Taiwan. Mexico going to keep the same roster.
I mean, Wraparound is interesting. It's kind of like the face I make when I like open the fridge door and see like the entire fridge is just full.
Definitely something I wish I could say right now. I definitely need to go grocery shopping. Probably should have done that today. So perhaps tomorrow I can go grocery shopping and I'll be making the same face when I look at my fridge.
I mean, if they're all you really need. Buffalo wings.
Those are great. Yeah, I actually that is actually what I ate today. I always keep those stocked. Yeah. If I run out of those, something went wrong.
Like my local IGA, they have like kilo bulk packs. So like you get like a bunch of meals out of them.
Very nice. Yeah, that's always convenient.
It's always good to pick them up.
Absolutely.
Tasty, and they're really decent in terms of budget.
Yeah, I can't go wrong with tasty and cost efficient.
Anyway, back to the match. Mexico does have the early advantage here.
Yeah, we've seen a couple misses come off for Taiwan. We did see a miss from Dexterous and Lucha from Mexico.
Archie and Astria are both fighting each other with full combos right now.
Yeah, Taiwan definitely does need this point. There's about a third of the map left. So definitely still time, but they're going to need to see some misses coming from Mexico pretty soon here.
Ooh, double miss from Taiwan. This is maybe going to put Mexico onto the match point.
It's very possible they did
very
trade.
That they opted for no mod. Oh, Bipu missing hard. Just dashing just before that stack and missing about 5 notes in quick succession because of it. Oh, Bipu gonna drop the tail of that little slider there as well.
Yeah, Australia also having a rough time, but plenty of score banked up for Mexico so far.
Oh! Quad miss.
Yeah, no one actually at 200 combo right now. Australia's almost there, is going to actually hit it, but yeah, everyone else kind of struggling on this last section.
That is going to be Mexico's point by about 160,000.
Yeah, that's going to come out to, about 160,000, so reasonably clean point for Mexico. I believe they had the score advantage for most of the map there. And that is another breakpoint again for them.
A lot of rough patterns in that convert. And you see it a lot with more of those electro-sounding maps. And of course, quite a few Vocaloid songs share that sort of theme. So you get quite a few maps where it's just huge stream patterns and bizarre sliders into pixel jumps and then more streams.
Yeah, I mean, if you're familiar with maps that are typically made for songs by it's not a huge surprise to see the mapping that came out of there. But yeah, definitely could trip you up if you're not prepared for it. Definitely saw a lot of misses coming out for both teams. So at the end of the day, though, Mexico did get their third breakpoint, I believe, which is going to put them at match point. And they're actually going to be picking Nomad for possibly the last pick of the match.
There's only one Nomad and 2 hidden picks left. So, Taiwan needs to win everything from here to get to tiebreaker.
Yeah, everything's on the table for Taiwan.
Especially, this point is something they really need right now. Point. Get them to their next pick, where they can probably start using that last mod pool.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see Hidden come out here. The only way to avoid it is Taiwan getting a break point and then choosing the last Nomad pick themselves. But one way or another, that hidden pool is going to come into play if Mexico doesn't find a win.
Definitely.
But yeah, I think we mentioned this earlier, the banners that you can get for Catch World Cup right now. Definitely a very stylish addition to your profile. I believe it's only $250, so it's cheaper than a month of supporter. So take your chance to support your favorite team and get a pretty nice looking border on your profile. Can't go wrong with that. And if your team does win at all, you get to keep that until the next Catch World Cup. So can't go wrong with profile banners, especially for the price. We're going to jump into the song now. Looks like Taiwan is going to keep that same roster in. So we're going to see Megpoids playing their second map for the match. I believe Cashao is a swap in for Mexico. Everyone navigating to 200 combo pretty easily there. Nothing too crazy yet. It is still pretty early on the song though. You could definitely see the song speed up.
don't see SMAT being too much.
Yeah, we're
I don't see it being more difficult than the last one, but those awkward wiggle streams are definitely going to be costly if you don't practice them well enough.
Yeah, we saw Megpoid and Cashel both get caught out by one of those.
Yeah.
So I believe Megpoid did find one additional miss to Cashel's, so there is a slight advantage to Mexico right now.
A lot of players just deciding to plate walk those, which is probably the better idea, as such an awkward wiggle can definitely be costly.
Yeah, we did see Lucha actually find a miss in there. Although I believe Megpoid may have traded it. Or actually, I think Megpoid found the miss slightly before. So no advantage going to be going to Taiwan.
Yeah.
Score is still pretty close.
Really need some more misses out of Mexico. Still,
yeah, Taiwan has recovered pretty well. And on that note, actually, everyone has recovered pretty well. Everyone's at least a 400 combo. We get a couple more of those weird snaps coming up, and there is still like half of the song left. This one's particularly long, 4.5 minutes.
yeah. Pattern's not too difficult. Yeah, that is a very bizarre placement to miss.
Yeah, that was a pretty slow and easy.
Dax and Casho are gonna miss as well. Dax missing pretty hard. Megpoid trades with Dax and CX Lucha and Casho as well. The quad miss coming out.
Yeah,
And
I think I actually know the Penta miss there. We got a triple from
Yeah.
Mexico and a double from Taiwan.
Looks like Ayachi missed like less than 10 combo later, and there's no one except Lucha.
Yeah, Bipu finally gonna fall to that kind of weird snap there.
Yeah, those inverted slider jumps, very tricky. You
Yeah,
either hit them or you miss all of them.
Yeah, this song's definitely looking like a bit of a sleeper. There's a lot of easy patterns, and then just when you're getting comfortable, there's some weird snaps to wake you back up.
Yeah. This is all Mexico's here. There is still a chance for Taiwan, I think, depending on how far the pace picks up. Ayachi and Megpoid miss, and only Casho misses.
Yeah, we're getting back into some weird
Right.
snaps. Could see some misses coming out.
Point drops, and it's Mexico's point. Fortunate for Taiwan, this being the end of their CWC journey for this year. Mexico will move on to face the winner of Canada and Chile.
Yeah, with the end of the song rolling in here,
Yeah.
definitely, I think at this point, fairly safe to say it's going to be Mexico's point. And indeed it is, so that is going to be the final point for Mexico, and they are going to win this match and move on, like you were saying.
An 80,000 point score difference, but in such a long map, that is just too great of a gap to make up so late. Very
yep.
strong performance from Mexico. Still a solid performance from Taiwan.
Yeah, definitely well played by both teams. I don't think Taiwan necessarily did super bad here. They just had a couple more slip-ups and missed a couple important points that Mexico was able to get a win on. At the end of the day, though, that is all you need. You don't need to do it fabulously. You just need to get the win, and Mexico has done that. We'll keep them safe for at least one more match. Fortunately, we're going to be saying goodbye to Taiwan.
Very unfortunate, but they did well. They did get that top 12 position, and they are... There's always next year, you know, to come even further. Still a very solid performance from Taiwan throughout the...
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're in the
And,
semifinals at this point, so even if your team's losing out at this stage, they made it pretty far.
Net match gonna be China versus Hong Kong in about 6 hours, 1300 UTC, 11 PM for me. Yeah, looking forward to it. It'll be our first of 2 of the winners bracket matches for this weekend, and of course Korea versus Italy as well, which is going to be tomorrow.
Yeah, so like you're saying, this next match, China versus Hong Kong, will be in about 6 hours. And also important to note that we have been doing a Catch World Cup recap, about an hour-long kind of just chat between a lot of the commentators. That's been going on recently, and we are going to have another one of those on this channel about an hour before this next match. So next match is in 6 hours. And in about 5 hours, there will be a CWC recap going over last weekend and kind of bring you up to date with what we're looking at for this weekend. So definitely stay tuned for that. Hopefully we can get a announcement or some kind of a ping going out on the Discord for anyone that isn't watching right now. But let your friends know if that's something you're into. We're going to have that recap going.
And remember, still too late to get your banners.
Absolutely, get those banners. They look great.
Yeah, as we go into the late end, your profile look very solid. And especially if you predict the winning team with your supporter banner, you will get to keep it for that bit of extra time.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, but for now, that is going to be it for us. Like I said, be back here in about 5 hours, but this is going to be goodbye for now, and we will see you guys then. This has been Snowlight Group. And, Korjabo.
Watching. Alright.
See you later.